Find something to believe in, and find it for yourself. And when you do, pass it on to the future.
Believe in what?
That's your problem.
I wanted to make a video just for this section because when you're aiming to get the big boss rank in MGS2, I believe this is one of the hardest, if not the hardest part of the game to get through. As a reminder, to achieve big boss rank, you have to beat the game in under 3 hours, fire 700 or fewer shots, and take less than 499 points of damage. When you're reaching the end of the game, you're going to meet a new unit called Tengu. This is where the game will throw absolutely everything it has, and you're going to have to get through hordes of enemies along with Snake to continue. Now, if you think you have enough time, you can simply equip your M9 and shoot each and every Tengu until the door opens. But if you want to minimize the shots fired and the damage you receive, you're going to have to learn how to do the Tengu skips. These will allow you to skip the fights as fast as possible, receive the minimum amount of damage, and fire absolutely 0 shots in both sections. Except for the one that you fire on Snake, but we'll get to that. So let's get the harder one out of the way first. I hope you gathered all the stun grenades you can find until now, because Tengu 1 skip requires all the stun grenades you have, along with a body armor to tank the damage you will receive. As soon as the fight starts, press and hold the weapon button while you run to the middle. Throw the first stun grenade to the far middle as much as possible before you take cover on the right. Be sure not to pass the first line so you have enough time to avoid getting shot. Keep your stun grenade cooked, and as soon as the first one explodes, run towards the second line, and when you're approaching it, keep hard throwing stun grenades. When you're about to reach the last line, this is where you will throw all the stun grenades you have until you see all the Tengus in the area are stunned. This is your moment to hug the door, go into the first person view, and do a melee combo while standing in first person. On the final hit of the melee combo, Raiden turns around to face the door. This is the exact moment where you have to let go of the first person button. If done right, you're going to see Raiden running at the door and skip the Tengu 1 fight. Well, here's the thing. The reason why Tengu 1 skip is considered the hardest one is because what you saw in the footage isn't 100% consistent. For example, right after I threw my first stun grenade, keep your eyes on the 2 guys at the far back. In the footage, I got lucky and Snake took out the guy on the right while my stun grenade knocked the guy on the left, which gave me enough room to run freely to the end of the hallway. Obviously, that's not always going to be the case. If you look at my other attempts, you will notice that sometimes one of the Tengus do not get affected by the first stun grenade, so the ultimate route you should take is, after the first stun grenade, avoid any possible gunfire and hard throw the second stun grenade when you're approaching the second line. As soon as you throw the second one, always flip into the guy on the left if he is up, and keep hard throwing until you reach the final line on the ground. Ignore any damage you receive along the way. When you're getting closer to the final line, throw at least 2 stun grenades near the door and run behind the box on the left. You can also hug the wall there too. Wait behind the box until you see all Tengus in the area are stunned. This is your chance to hug the door and attempt the skip. The main goal of this route is to give you the most amount of time to attempt the skip. In some of my attempts, you can see that I have enough room to fail and try again. In fact, even if you forget to pick up the body armor, you can see that I can easily get to the door with minimum damage using this method. Here is me taking off the body armor and going the same route as before. As for the skip, once you hug the door, let go of the analog stick while you're performing the melee combo. The most important part is to let go of the first person view button at the right time during the animation. With some practice, I'm sure you'll get consistent at it in no time. If you manage to get past through that door, pat yourself on the back, as that is one of the hardest things to do in the game. Tengu 2 skip is very easy to do compared to the Tengu 1 skip. Before you head to the next area, equip your M9 and coolant as your previous weapon. The trick is to make sure you're holding down forward diagonally with your analog stick while the cutscene is ending. So Raiden will always face Snake the moment you take control of him. So hold the stick, and as soon as the cutscene ends, mash on the weapon button, which will put Snake to sleep. Then, immediately run back to the door you came from and pull out your coolant to spray every Tengu gathering in front of you. You will stun lock them infinitely. Your coolant will eventually run out of spray, so let go of the right stick from time to time to quickly reload your spray. The trick in this part is to listen to the song that plays in the background and stop spraying the Tengus when the drum parts of the song is about to end. You can also count to 10 or 12 as soon as you start hearing the drums to match your timing. When you think the time is right, quickly switch weapons and do a 1-2-3 melee combo on the nearest Tengu before you flip or run towards the exit. The cutscene will trigger and you'll skip the long fight. Congratulations, Tengu unit has been defeated and there's only one person who stands in our way. Oh, and before we get to him, I think we gotta destroy 20 giant toys or something, but that's one of the easiest fights in the game. Maybe just a bit harder than the vamp fight that we looked at in the last video, but it's obviously not a fat man fight. If you're wondering how defeating 20 giant robots with missiles, lasers, and all kinds of weaponry is way easier than defeating one obese man on roller skates, then me and my buddy will be waiting for you in the next video. But for now, Snake out.